Hey everyone, it's Laurie from Cook Scrap Craft, and I'm doing one of my monthly project life slash pocket page style layouts today in this process video. I have been holding off finishing up my December project life pocket page because I didn't have any of the right page protectors. So I did get some, and I think that's going to be shown in next month's haul video. So if you're subscribed to the channel, you'll get a notification about that. If you haven't yet subscribed, consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out on other process videos and haul videos. So the first thing that I always do, I guess I'll tell you, for all of 2021, every month I did kind of a general pocket page design with photos that really didn't really need to be their own layouts. So this was a great way to kind of cut down on having so many layouts and so needing so many albums. It was really fun. I used the Simple Stories, I can't remember what it was called, but it was the Simple Stories collection, so that's what I'm still using here. And I have a couple other process videos where I do different things like use photo flaps, and I do shaker pockets with these pocket pages. So if I remember, I'll try to have those videos linked below, or maybe I'll make a playlist or something and continue adding to that playlist with more videos as I do more for my 2022 monthly pocket pages. So what I always start with is, what elements from that cut apart page have I been using across all of the monthly pocket pages? And so this collection, it always has a big 4x6 that says the month. So I knew I needed to cut that out. And then there's always a 3x4 element that's a calendar. And I've used that on all of mine as well, because I will circle the numbers on that calendar based on the days that the pictures I'm using were taken. So I know I have to cut those pieces out. And of course, the 4x6 fits nicely in the 4x6 pocket. So that's really easy to know where that goes. The 3x4, I don't have any 3x4 pockets. I have 4x6 and 4x4. So I always have to kind of add something to that 3x4 piece. So for this one, I decided to take the 3x4 calendar, attach it to a 3x4 kind of journaling spot, and then I cut it so that I can make it 4x4, and the rest of that journaling spot ended up being, it looks like it's being extended behind that 4x4 photo, and then I had to add a little bit more to the rest of that journaling spot. So yeah. Then, some of my photos are very big. They're selfies, or there's just a lot in the photo, so they're not able to be cut down into a 4x4 size. So those are the photos that I'm like, okay, they're going to go into the 4x6 pockets. And I know maybe you're the same way. The pockets are horizontal. None of my photos are horizontal for these things. They're always vertical. And that's okay to put a vertical photo in a horizontal. If I have done in the past, where if I'm able to cut them down a little bit, I'll cut them down to 4x4 and then put them horizontally into the 4x6 with some pattern paper behind it. I just felt these were not really able to be cut down that way because I wanted to see everything that was in the photos. And so I just put them vertically in the horizontal pages. And it's not really that big of a deal, because when you're looking at the album, you can, kind of turn your head, lift the page up a little bit if you need to. Not that big of a deal. But I know some people are like, that's awful, I can't handle that. And they do make pocket pages where there are vertical 4x6s. So that's just something to keep in mind. If you're interested in doing something like this, maybe get a variety pack of these pocket pages so that you have a little bit more to play with. For 2021, I used the same pocket page design, 2 4x6s on top, 3 4x4s in the middle, and then 2 4x6s on the bottom. And I just decided to keep them all the same because that's what I had. I did end up getting a variety pack so that 2022 pocket pages are all going to be something different. So I'm really looking forward to that. Now here we come to the back side of this, and on the front side I did add some extra embellishments, usually on top of the page protector itself. Sometimes I'll do embellishments on the paper, sometimes I do them on the page protector. I just kind of like how that looks when they're on the outside of the page protector. That's just me. But here I'm on the back side, and I've got to figure out what to do here. So I really liked that 3x4 page. Actually, I can't see what it says right now, but it has a really good sentiment that I felt was appropriate for December, because December my kid was sick twice, needed a nebulizer both times. The second time was when we were traveling, so it was just like a really stressful month. But that thing says something like "see the good." And so I felt like that was a good sentiment to have, to remember as we look back on these photos. And I decided to put it in the photo flap. So I want you to be able to see that on the top. And then when you lift the flap, there are going to be 2 photos of my kid underneath. And that's a 4x4 photo flap. I got it from the Snap Stories collection from scrapbook.com. They come in a bunch of different sizes, and I've used the 4x6s and the 4x4s a lot on these pocket pages. So now I'm doing a little bit more embellishing with that little card down there. It's 4x6 size, made up of 2 3x4 cut aparts. I just decided to keep them together, and then for a little more like oomph, I'm going to use my Creative Memories circle cutter to cut out where it says enjoy today. And I'm going to put that 4x6 card into the page protector and then bump that little circle out on foam dots on the outside of the page protector. So just something more for like visual interest, doing something a little bit different. That's something you could easily do on your regular layouts. You don't even have to bump it up on the outside of the page protector. You can just like, cut it out and bump it up on the layout itself. It gives really good dimension and it's really easy to do. Some of these I'm trying to figure out like how do I take the pieces that are left over and make them work, because the thing is I only had one 12x12 sheet for the month of December, and I needed to like figure out how to get all the photos and everything to take up all of these open spaces. So I'm extending another 3x4 card that I had previously cut out from something else, and I'm going to bring it over from, into that 4x6 space down at the bottom and adding a little bit more of that floral pattern into the bottom as well. But I still need a little bit of extra something. And part of me was like, well, I have these photos. Maybe I could just do like a full 4x6 photo at the bottom. But I really liked how it looked with 2 4x4s in the center and then that page protector kind of in the middle. I just liked that design more than I did trying to do anything else. So I decided that I was going to end up using some washi tape, which you saw me use to connect those 2 pieces down there at the bottom. I'm actually going to bring that washi tape back in and use it as a design element. Now, pocket pages can be tricky. I agree. I think they're tricky because you're not really doing a traditional scrapbook layout design, because you're basically like kind of taking each pocket as its own individual thing. That's sort of what I look at it as. Making each pocket be its own sort of like either photo or embellishment cluster or something. I've got at the top on the back here, you can see that there's each piece is a 4x6 sheet, and it sort of looks like that floral pattern is going across the top. So, in a way, that's a little bit more traditional scrapbooking thing, bringing those same patterns and colors throughout each side of the pocket page. But at the same time, you're not like layering things in the same way. You don't have like you're not doing like a title in the same way. So it can be tricky if you've never done one of these before to like get started and know what to do and do something that's more than just like putting one photo in each pocket. You could totally do that, but I like to play around with embellishments. I like to do different things, and so it's just it takes some time to do these pages and really just figure out like how you want the elements to work together on the page. But hopefully this process video gives you some inspiration there. There I used some washi tape over just some like regular cardstock that I adhered to the back. And so now I've got like a cool little design going on down at the bottom there. And I'm glad I had that washi tape. I got that actually at the Dollar Tree in a pack of a couple others. And I had different designs. It was like a really cool glittery silver one. I probably could have used that too here because these are Christmassy photos from December. But I didn't do that. I just used all red, and that's okay. And then I'm going to bring the washi tape. I had some washi tape on the other side. I'm bringing washi tape back in the top and in the middle. So it's, sort of tying these things together, tying the embellishments in. And then I said, you know what? Like, I need a little bit more. So I went into my Christmas stash, which is perfect because these are, again, December photos. One of them was even taken on Christmas Day. I think 2 of them were taken on Christmas Day. So I went in to see what kind of Christmas embellishments I could add to this. I tried really hard to only use the things that were in that Simple Stories collection, but I just didn't have enough. So certain months I did go into my stash and add a few extra little bits and bobs. So I'm adding a title, Merriest Christmas from an American Crafts phrase thing. I've got a couple little phrase stickers. I'm just going to pop them on top of the page protectors, build out some of those little embellishment things that I've got going on there as well, just to add something, a little something extra, and also use up some of the pieces in my stash because now I can get more new Christmas stuff come December, right? There's a number 12 thing that's from the Cocoa Vanilla Studio collection from like 2 years ago, and I put that on that photo because it was actually taken on December 12th, and I've been waiting to use that. I've been waiting to have a photo from December 12th to use that on, so I finally did it here because it never really worked in any of my December dailies. And then I'm just going to add another like pink fresh sticker there, and it's going to be kind of done. I do end up with a few leftover embellishments from this collection that I'm just going to put back into my stash and use for something else. And then I have all of my 2021 monthly pocket pages done, and they're all put in albums now, so now I can move on to 2022. I'll have more process videos for those as I go along. Unfortunately, with the pocket pages, there's so much glare, and I apologize, it also makes it really hard to get good photos. But I do have some close-up photos just so you can see, the dimension of things in a little bit. And let me know in the comments if you have any questions about the products that I used or the techniques that I did. I would be happy to answer them for you. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!